What's up with y'all, man? We back with another video. Um, I kind of want to just hop on here and just, a lot of the times when I'm making these videos, these are a lot of things that I don't even talk about like in real life. Like I don't talk to people about these things in real life. Like these things are just circling around in my head. Maybe I'll have a few deep conversations touching the surface of it. I'll go from there and I'll start thinking about it again. But a lot of these things, people in general don't even talk about. Like they're just hidden systems behind how reality works. A lot of these things are, and these are a lot of the patterns that I'm realizing. They're almost visual to me. Like I can almost see them. And I don't know weird schizophrenic shit. And I don't know weird like autistic. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it could be. I've always had this feeling since I was a kid that everyone felt this way, or everyone thought like this. And then the older I'm getting, I'm starting to realize that not a lot of people think the way I do. Not a lot of people see the world the way I do. Not even close to it. And I guess it makes sense because everyone's different. Everyone has different realities, different experience, different normals. You know what I mean? Different normals. Um, but I feel like mine is pretty far off, and not in an egotistical way, because I still have like a high amount of empathy. I feel like that could be my ADHD, but I feel like it's also because I'm aware of the world and human behavior and how people think and how people perceive reality. I can dive into someone else's perception and see the world from their eyes pretty easily too. Not by face value. I have to get to know them first. I have to see what they're like, their interests. I have to see that I have to see their passions, how they feel about the world, their beliefs maybe, really specific and important things that kind of generalize who they are as a person, kind of generalize the category they would be in. But yeah, and that's kind of crazy to me because it's almost like a superpower because I'm able to sort of categorize, but not in a weird egotistical way. Not, oh, this dude's a lame, this dude's weird, this dude's, oh yeah, like nah, it's okay. I understand where this person is. I understand who they are, what their values are, their beliefs, how they feel about other people, how they feel about themselves. Like these things I'm able to determine. Not even like their personality or nothing. They're like I'm able to determine their values and just the important things about them from these kind of things. And I feel like specific people are able to do this. Specific people who have put specific work into themselves, whether that's self improvement, maybe it's discipline, maybe hard labor, could be military. I feel like it's only people who have seen shit, been through shit, who have seen the worst of reality that can think like this and that can determine things like this off little amounts of information. You know what I mean? It's pretty crazy to me, and it really does feel me. It makes me feel proud of myself. It makes me feel like my hard work has went somewhere. It's went into my personality, who I am as a person, how I see the world, those type of things, and how I see other people. And I feel like it's pretty healthy how I see other people. It's I think it's really healthy how I see the world and how I see people because at face value, it's not necessarily twisted. It's realistic. It's realistic, but it's also I think of it in a more wholesome way compared to most people, like a less nihilistic way. Like that is supposed to mean something, like there's a meaning to it rather than it all just being a big old coincidence how we got here, everything that lives with us along with us, things that we've created, like that type of thing. And just how the world works. Like I feel like that's what it is right there. And I'm also getting information. I'm seeing like I'm doubting myself on how it I'm like, is it really a small amount of people who can think like this? Or is it everyone to an extent? And people are sometimes able to see more than other individuals. I think it could be a mixture of that just based on how aware you are. That's my prediction and estimation on that. It could mean many things though. And I don't know, man. I think it really is just a test. Like it comes from testing your boundaries, and it comes from being in uncomfortable positions for extended amount of times, to where you didn't really have a choice in the matter. It was forced upon you. You had to go through this. You had to adjust. You had to go get those things on your own because you had no one to back you up for real. I think that's what maybe causes that, like a lack of dependency causes that independence and that discernment almost, and that you're able to see in other people. You're also able to acknowledge when other people have what you have, but you can also see when people don't have what you have. So you can see both. So that's why I'm saying it's not. I don't think it's egotistical because I can see. I'm like, oh, him right there. Them right there. They definitely know. They're definitely aware. They're definitely tuned into reality. They definitely see reality in a unique and different way. You know what I mean? So that's something I really value because it's like it's something I just been really sensitive my whole life, and not in like a crybaby way, but a way that I'm sensitive to the tune of reality. Like I can feel people's frequencies, and sometimes it'll just like persuade the way I feel, how other people feel. It's like almost like energy. I can feel it, and it's sometimes too overwhelming. You know what I mean? Even if I'm not doing nothing, maybe someone else is just being quiet. It's overwhelming. And I already see the comments. Like they might say it's being around unpredictable parents or traumatic experiences, and you're trying to regulate people. But I don't think it's that because I'm already way past that. I know the difference between genuinely wanting to be there for someone and then just being there to help them out. Like it's an instinct to fix broken things because I've been hurt. It's not none of those. I don't know. It's weird to me. Yeah, I feel like it persuades how like how do I explain this? So okay, let's say I have a friend, right? I have a friend, and I'm also able to determine where people's moral values are at. I'm able to determine the amount of evil they're able to do, or the amount of good they're able to do from those type of things that I'm evaluating about them. I can determine if someone is ready to kill, ready to beat up, ready to, or maybe just a bluff. You know what I mean? Like I could tell those type of things. That's what I mean by like moral value, like the things they would do. You know what I mean? Like the things I could predict them doing, and it's pretty accurate too because I'll see them do the things that I'd already thought of. And this prediction this should be happening way too much. It's almost like a phenomenon in my life that keeps occurring. Like it's like is it me just thinking about it too much, or am I really? I think it's that I have a special amount of not like egotistical. I'm saying this is from hard work. I can look at someone, right? Damn, bro, how am I losing my track of thought? Because I don't think I'm making it up. It's happened way too much for me to be like, oh, this was just a coincidence, like where I could have just guessed right out of like two options. You know what I mean? Instead, it's like this is a situation where it could have went anywhere, and I decided it was gonna be this, and it turned out like that, and it shouldn't have went that way. And I think it's because a level of awareness, right? A level of awareness to where I'm able to evaluate a situation. I can see where it's gonna lead to. I think that's very admirable too in myself. Like that's had to have come from a long line of dealing with people who weren't treating me right. You know what I mean? Having partners that weren't treating me right, having close friends that weren't treating me right. I think that's what that led, or that's what that might indicate. Um, but it's weird, bro. I wish I could like show y'all a visual representation. I want to speak on a lot of things that like I would experience as a kid, and I can see in my life still now but that I can't quite think of on the spot because it's so subtle that I'll forget about it. But when it's in the moment, it feels weird because it's like, do other people experience this? And I'm sure everyone has these type of experiences, but these are my personal own, and I kind of want to share them. Uh, okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah. This is a good one. Okay. I don't even think y'all will know what I mean by this, but when you'll see something like just maybe an object, maybe a person, maybe a specific person, an individual who has a specific vibe or aesthetic to them, right? Maybe a item or like a piece of clothing or a shoe or hat, something that has its own personality to it. Like that's what I see in something. I used to believe everything had a certain conscious to it, a level of consciousness. Like a hat had like its own essence to it. But I think it's really that I'm so used to human behavior and so used to being around humans and just always thinking about people that I've given certain things identities. that aren't living and breathing. They have their own vibe, aesthetic, and like feeling to them. I have a feeling when I think about these things. Like I have a feeling when I think about maybe a certain anime or show. You know what I mean? I'll have a certain vibe to it. Maybe a song to go with it. You know what I mean? Maybe a certain rapper will have a song to go with it. Maybe a certain celebrity I think of will have a song to go with them. Even people I know have a certain song that go with them because maybe it's a song we've listened to when we hung out and it makes me think about them. And I'm sure this is pretty like this part that I'm talking about is pretty normal, but this goes along with what I was just saying, which I think not many people experience. I think just a high level of empathy goes with these traits and these weird just these weird symptoms. I think it comes from a high level of empathy and critical thinking, just being able to evaluate human behavior and how maybe I'll turn up or maybe what I might do in the future, maybe predicting my behaviors, predicting my thoughts and the things I might do and predicting other people's all the time, but doing that all the time made me so good at predicting situations maybe. I think I'm just really good with human behavior. Like I can really just figure niggas out on the spot. I think that's what it is though. But this is what I mean by sensitive and tuned to reality. Like I'm very sensitive to people and things and objects and everything just has a story behind it to me. Everything that I see, maybe I'll see a abandoned shoe, abandoned t-shirt, I'll have an identity to. I'll be like, where did that shit come from? And it'll seem like it had a conscience the whole time. It was flying around in the wind, or maybe it was being all around town while the t-shirt was abandoned, right? And it's been on the street for years. I'll think about that t-shirt. I'll be like, where has that t-shirt been? And I'll think of its backstory and I'll visualize it in my head. I know it's so weird, right? But I have such a creative and just imaginatory like mind. Like I feel like I have such a beautiful mind, and it's so vibrant and pure and just rare and unique. That's why I love it so much, and that's why I take myself so serious. You know what I mean? Because I truly love myself so damn much. Like I'm in love with myself, bro. But yeah, bro. I just wanted to, I'll probably come out with more videos like these too, because these are the kind of videos that I'm trying to go towards. Things that I've experienced that I can't explain to other people. Maybe it'll bring light to a certain topic that's never been talked about, right? So I really like this video. These are the type of videos that I want to make too, along with maybe, cold approaching women videos. Because y'all need to be cold approaching, you feel me? Y'all need to be doing that. Not because, I want y'all to embarrass yourselves or some shit, but like, think of how little amount of men are walking up to women on the street just striking a conversation with them. Women will remember you for that. You know what I mean? Even if they rejected you, even if they said they weren't attracted to you, man, you still left a good impression. You feel me? And not because they're better than you or anything like that, but just like, because like, think of a woman that has walked up to you before, right? You can still remember them because it's like they were memorable. Not much women walk up to you, right? So that's what I wanted to say. And I hope y'all really like. I hope y'all. I want y'all to really say what y'all think in the comments. If y'all have experienced the same thing, what y'all think about what I've experienced. To maybe tell me some things that you've experienced that you can't really quite explain and that you want other people to know about. Tell me all them things in the comments. Like, subscribe. Share the video. Just make sure this video is known because I want to shed light on these topics, and I want to see how people feel about them. All right. Y'all have a good one. Y'all stay safe. All right.